Welcome back to the Guide to Superhero Comics Now, Volume 1, Part 3. Today, Kirk and I are going to be talking about the huge, giant, mega crossover Bat Family event, Death of the Family. Everyone's been asking me to talk about it, so we're going to talk about it today, as well as Batman Incorporated. It's going to be Bat-tastic. Scott Snyder follows up his successful first major arc of the New 52, Court of Owls, with Batman, Death of the Family. Here's the scoop. During the start of the New 52, the Joker willingly had his face cut off by villain Dollmaker before making his escape to whereabouts unknown. Joker returns to Gotham after a year of crafting his new plot to rid Batman of his Bat Family, who Joker believes makes his Dark Knight weaker and more vulnerable. So, Kirk, Batman, Death of the Family, what'd you think?
I loved it.
Oh my god, it was so good.
It was worth waiting for the Joker to come back.
It really was.
Because they haven't been using the character since the New 52 reboot.
Mm-hmm. And I love that this has been in the works for over a year. I think that's fantastic.
The setup was there, so the anticipation, definitely.
And there was a payoff.
Yep,
you know?
absolutely.
So the whole thing starts with Gordon, and he's talking about how there's been all these omens. The river's been running backwards. A two-headed lion was born at the zoo,
right.
And how they should have read the bones, and that how Batman, above all people, should have known that Joker was coming back.
The signs were there.
They should have seen it.
Exactly.
So cool. And then when Gordon goes back to the Gotham City police station, he's hanging out, lights go down.
Yes.
Emergency lights come up, and who's in the fucking doorway?
Goddamn Joker.
Oh my god, he is in your fucking house, like right there.
Yeah,
ready.
he's now in your home, and he's there to fuck shit up.
And it was really suspenseful because Gordon's like, oh no, like it's like this close-up of his eye, and it's so good because he's like, not him! Like, fuck!
And I like the part that the first order of business is for the Joker to get his face back.
Yes.
Which they've been keeping on chilled storage in the evidence locker in Gotham City PD.
Just like ready for him. Just keeping it for him.
Like, hey, you never know. He might want his face
like
back. Let's just save it here.
And why would they not keep it like in the Batcave?
Yeah, like, isn't anyone holding this face like, you take it.
Like,
you take it.
Like, no, you had the Joker face.
You
I don't
keep the Joker face. It's
like,
going to be fine.
Like,
don't
fuck
worry.
that. You know he's going to come back for that shit.
Yeah.
Like, and it's going to be bad. Yeah. And it was bad. I mean, he was like snapping necks in the dark. I mean, it was brutal. I mean, he's just...
And it's been a while since we've seen a Joker who's getting his hands dirty again.
Yeah.
He didn't send henchmen. He didn't send a gang or hired hands. He was doing this with his own hands.
This time, it's personal.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, it was good. And I love the fact that in this series, he's always wearing this, like, Joe's Garage outfit. Like, this asshole's at work right now. He's got his tool belt on. Yeah. Like, he's got it going up until the last issue doesn't change.
He is putting all the pieces in place. And, like, this is his, like, work outfit. Like, he's doing work right now.
Yeah, and he is. Like, and he's going to town on everyone.
Yeah, he's wearing, like, these overhauls because he's going to get dirty.
Yeah. Well, yeah, let's just talk about Scott Snyder for just a hot minute. Man, he's doing so good with Batman.
These are the best Batman stories I've read in the last few years. And I mean, like, talking about 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
Especially with the tone of this title. It's psychological warfare, not necessarily... It's always the threat of what could happen to somebody. And that's actually been a lot scarier to read as far as... And yes, it's been scary to read these Batman titles. Like, they've actually brought, like, fright.
Yeah, they've been really dark, super dark. I've really enjoyed it. I mean, and I was thinking about it the other day while I was rereading this, and I was like, man, if they made this into a movie, this would be like no child could go and see.
Like, how do you
like,
dumb this down to PG-13?
Like, you couldn't. Like, it would scare the shit out of every kid. Like, it's so messed up. This is, in my opinion, DC's best title.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real about it. But it's also like one of the only titles from the New 52 where it has the same writer and the same artist, the same creative team on it consistently. And
I'm really glad that they figured out, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, just like let them do it. Yeah. I want them to go as long as I can possibly get it because Greg Capullo too. I mean, man.
Now, I didn't think anyone who was a former Spawn artist would actually translate over to a Batman title that well. I was completely wrong. The grittiness is amazing as far as bringing down the tone.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you're doing gritty, sometimes you get lost in the details.
Yeah.
And he nails every minute little, just like the dirt underneath fingernails type of artist.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, it really translates. It's very dark. It's very cinematic. Like, I love the shot selections that he has. I love how he draws the Joker. It
could have been a storyboard. Yeah.
It's so good. I mean, it is, like, I very much, like, view this sometimes as a movie while I'm reading it. And,
totally.
Man, what a dark, fucked up movie it would be. Like, I wish they could make stuff like this into a movie that's not for kids, you know? Like... No. I want my own Batman movie, but...
An R-rated Batman movie?
Yes, an X-rated one. Like, I already have that one, actually. The porn parody.
Okay.
It's actually really good. So, Kirk, what was your favorite thing about Death of the Family?
My favorite thing about Death of the Family is just the overall tone.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm watching, like, Batman's version of Seven.
Yes, 100%.
Like, it is dark and it's depressing and there's parts that are making you cringe, but when you come out of the other end of that, you're feeling a little bit more alive.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
and that's how exciting this whole story has been.
Yeah, 100%.
Ugh.
I think that Joker, not only did he have the last laugh, but he also did achieve his goal of planting these seeds in all of the Bat family, planting these seeds of doubt, like whispering in their ears. You know, he tells Batman, I've been whispering in their ears and telling them what you really think about them. And, like, it's like, oh, Jesus Christ, like, what is he telling them? Like, oh, no. Like, can you imagine the Joker just, talking to you? Like,
There's
you're
something
like, oh,
kind of
like,
cool, because when this whole thing is happening, the fourth wall gets broken down a little bit, because now the Joker's actually fucking with the reader.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna, I
Yeah.
really genuinely believe, like, while I'm trying to read this, and I'm going back and forth, like, does he or doesn't he know? Or, like, oh my god, what has he been doing, like, when we're not reading the panels? Like, what's happening in between the panels in that world? Like,
so cool.
Just such great, I mean, again, such great writing.
And the Bat family is truly messed up by it. Bruce is like, I'm going to call everyone. We're going to have a big meeting. We're all going to talk about it.
Family meeting.
And nobody shows. Like, Dick Grayson almost shows.
Right.
But maybe. But then even he's like, I can't. And they all just, like, they don't even want to talk to him. They're just like, dude, you got to give me a few days. Because, like, that was fucked up. Like, what have we just went through?
And especially, like, what I really like is that we see each character either texting or calling Bruce, and they're not in costume. Like, all these people are just, like, either zoning out or practicing, but they're all in their...
Drinking.
Drinking. I love Jason Todd. I really do.
I know. And I love Damian. And Damian, even his own son is like... I'm just gonna go, like, work out, like, leave me alone, don't wait up. He's like, don't wait up, like, I don't want to talk to you, like, you know, like, and you see this shot of him, and he's just sitting there, just, like, fucked up, you know, and Damian, I mean, to see Damian like that, I feel like is a big moment. Like, for me, it was a big moment, because he's such a strong little character.
Especially because we heard Damian, we actually heard and see Damian kind of go, so who is this guy that everyone's freaked out about?
This guy's old news,
whatever.
You know, like...
And at the end, like, even the Joker gets to Damian. Like, he has first taste of who this person is.
And it rocked him. It rocked him, like, rocked his world, man. He was just like... This sucks. This was not okay, you know. But yeah, overall, I would say
great series,
really good. Like, way to go, Scott Snyder. So, Batman: Death of the Family is a huge crossover event. It goes through all the other Bat titles, a couple other little titles. Anyone who's involved with the Bat family, their title will be infiltrated. Do you think that people have to read the supplemental stuff?
No.
Okay.
The supplemental stuff was fine and great and adds a little bit more flavor to the main story, but really everything you need is in the main Batman title. You don't have to, you know.
I wouldn't worry yourself over it. Like, don't be like, I have to get every single thing to know what's going on. You don't. It's fine. Just read the Batman one. The Batman one is where all the action's at. But if you want something a little bit more, you know, I read the Batman and Robin supplemental stuff, and there was a few things in there that I really did enjoy. There's a part where Damian's caught by the Joker, and the Joker's, like, swinging upside down, and his face is on upside down, so his eyes are looking through his mouth, and his mouth is through his eye holes. It's really creepy. I was really glad that I saw that. Like, it was a really good idea.
But, like, it also spilled over into Red Hood and the Outlaws. And, you know, again, it was fun. I love the Red Hood title a lot.
Yeah,
but it's obviously
really
sometimes one of those things where a writer's on a roll and trying to get a story told, and then it's like, oh, by the way, you have to do the crossover stuff.
Yeah.
So you see one storyline get kind of tied up, and then them kind of reaching to figure out, like, all right, so how do we get back to where also the Joker shows up, and now all mess started.
Yeah.
Again, great title. I love Red Hood and the Outlaws. I really do. Please go pick it up.
Yeah.
But it's a speed bump. It's supplemental, but
Yeah.
if you're really in love with one of the other Bat titles, sometimes you kind of go, I didn't really want to.
And there's so many Bat titles, you know. But in my opinion, my Bat titles that I read, and I don't read any of the other ones, is Batman, Batman and Robin, Batman Incorporated. That's my 3. I know Red Hood and the Outlaws, though. I really enjoy reading that. I don't always pick
Love
it up.
that
I always
series.
read other people.
It shouldn't work, but it does.
Speaking of supplemental, in the back of all these issues, there's a few pages where they have a smaller story about Joker, what he's doing behind the scenes to get ready for this big event, and how he's been recruiting all of Batman's rogues gallery to help him with this event that he's planned at Arkham Asylum.
Right.
And that's really a lot of fun, too.
And here's the funny part. I actually thought I was going to be robbed of main story, as far as like taking a few pages away from what's actually going on and then applying that to the supplemental backup story. I thought I was going to get robbed. Actually, it turned out it works perfectly.
Yeah.
It's a really cool behind the scenes, like you said, of how Joker's going to all of the rogues gallery and saying, like, I'm planning something and I really want you to be a part of it.
Well, he makes them, though. I mean, he is like, they're like little puppets to him, you know? He's like,
And one of the cool parts is with each villain, deep down secretly, they end up joining because they really do want to see.
Yeah, they want to see where this is going.
They want to see what happens.
Yeah, agreed. So it's been a little while since Batman Death of the Family wrapped. It's been a few weeks. A lot of things have happened since then. I've gained a new perspective on it, and I kind of want to share my thoughts with you about how I feel about Death of the Family now that I've had a little bit of time to think about it. So Death of the Family implies that somebody, or maybe everybody in the Bat family is going to die, and that you're just like, oh gosh, like you're on the edge of your seat. You're like, who's going to get it? You know, they can't kill all of them. Maybe they'll get one. Maybe Alfred's going to eat it this time. Who knows? And then nobody dies. And then I was a little disappointed because, you know, whatever. But then, right after Death of the Family, after you think everyone's safe, Damian fucking Wayne is murdered in Batman Incorporated, and it was just a fucking bummer, and it was out of left field, and you think everyone's safe because the Joker's gone, and then no. Somebody dies. I heard that Grant Morrison had this, like, planned out, like, 9 months ago or something, or even longer ago, and he, like, knew he was gonna kill Damian, and so, I mean, it's just odd that it coincides, like, Death of the Family and the death of Damian kind of, like, are at the same time, and I feel like the death of Damian Wayne has really overshadowed the events of Death of the Family, because it's like, nobody died in that, and then who cares, because Damian's dead, like, fuck that, like, Damian, you know, and it really kind of, like, dissipates everything that was, like, I don't know, just made you forget all about it. If you haven't read Death of the Family and you're waiting for the trade paperback, I still say pick it up. It's worth reading, it's good, it's fun, it's very cinematic. I enjoyed it a whole lot. It gives you all the stuff that you never get in a Batman movie, though, because it's not, like, made for, like, kids. You know, they're not worried about the kid market in this comic like they are in movies. But anyways, it still is, though, kind of like, I don't know. Just, Damian's dead, and nobody cares about Death of the Family anymore. I feel bad for Scott Snyder. He kind of got screwed over a little bit.
By Grant Morrison?
I feel bad for everyone writing in the Bat family, because I think everyone was kind of screwed over by Grant Morrison, and that's kind of the feeling that I was getting talking to some of the people who were involved with Batman comics when I was at WonderCon the other day. They were really bummed. I feel like Peter Tomasi, the guy who's been writing Batman and Robin, is like the innocent child who's just, like, caught in the crossfires of this ugly divorce, and, like, he was just having so much fun writing Damian, writing the story between, like, Bruce and his son, and them, like, coming together and starting to trust each other, and you could tell he had all these amazing stories lined up, and he was doing such a good job. Batman and Robin is really good, okay? Out of, like, the 3 Bat titles I buy, that's one of them, okay? It's that good. And damn it all, they just fucking killed off Robin. And now what is he supposed to do? Now what is Tomasi supposed to do? Now what are they supposed to do? They gotta get a new fucking Robin, I guess. You know, and then this comes out, okay? We're doing the Requiem right after Damian's killed. It's Requiem, and it goes through all the Bat family, and everybody's dealing with Damian's death, and it shows everyone's reaction to it. And in this one, you see Robin's boots, and they're empty. So somebody's got to fill these shoes, I guess. And they don't even give Batman an issue to like deal with his problems before trying to set up the next Robin, which honestly I think is really fucking rude and disrespectful to Damian and to Bruce at the same time. It's just like, oh, so you're really gonna just set up fucking stupid Harper to be the next fucking Robin? Like, get out of here. Like, there shouldn't be any Robins for like 6 months at least, okay? Like, let Batman, let us all have our grieving time, okay? Like, I don't want a new fucking Robin right now, you know? It's like when my fucking cat died, everyone was like, why don't you just get a new kitten? I don't want a new fucking kitten, okay? It's never gonna replace what I had, and that's the same thing that's going on with Bruce, and you can't just give him a new goddamn Robin. And I fucking hate Harper. I'm sorry, okay? It'd be cool to have maybe like a really techie Robin and she could be super techie and not as physical, you know? I could get behind that idea, but not right now, okay? And you know, here's another thing. I don't give a fuck how many times Harper's been punching a fucking punching bag in her shitty fucking apartment with her stupid brother, okay? Damian was trained by the League of Assassins since birth. Okay? And you're gonna replace him with some fucking bitch who's been punching a punching bag? Like, get out of here. Like, she has no training. Plus, I'm sorry, but she is a girl, okay? And like, we're just not physically as strong, okay? Like, when I was growing up, I used to play soccer on the boys' league, and then I got too old, and they were like, you gotta start playing with the girls, because the guys are getting too big now, and it sucked, and it was true. And I stopped playing soccer because of it. Playing with girls is terrible. And side note, Grant Morrison is one of my favorite writers. I've really been enjoying his run on Batman Incorporated. I'm kind of sad to see him leave because he's wrapping up Batman Incorporated right now because, I don't know, I feel like there's some bad blood or something going on. Like, Grant Morrison giveth and then Grant Morrison taketh away, you know? Like, he just wants to show DC, like, editorial, like, fuck you. But I don't know. Maybe not. But I got a lot of conspiracy theories about it, and so does Kirk. And we're going to start a podcast and talk about it, okay? And you're going to hear all of our crazy, weird conspiracy theories about what's going on between Grant Morrison and DC editorial and all the other writers who are having to deal with this messy breakup. As I was saying, there's this whole Requiem deal that follows the death of Damian, where it shows everyone dealing with it. And I would have to say the most poignant issue, and the one that you should definitely pick up because it's so super sad and like it'll help you grieve, is this one right here. Batman and Robin, number 18. It's a silent issue. There are no words in it whatsoever, and it just shows like Bruce, and he's going through the motions, and he keeps imagining that like Damian's beside him, and then he looks over, and then he's not there, and it's just fucking sad, you know? And then it's like, and then he finds this note that Damian had left for him saying like, Father, like, I know I disobeyed you, but I love you, and I'm gonna come to, you know, it's just, oh my God, he reads it, and then he like starts freaking out, and like Batman's like crying and like holding the empty suit of Rob. Oh my fucking God, it was the saddest thing. I was like, it's a tearjerker. It's really sad. It really is. It's really like has a lot of emotions going on in it. I feel like this issue is so good because the people behind it obviously really care about Damian Wayne, and they're really, really upset about it, and it really shows through this, and like, it's a tough one to read. So that's it for our Guide to Superhero Comics Volume 1. We'll be back with Volume 2, probably around summertime. I don't know. We'll see how things develop.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What?
You didn't talk about my favorite new comic book.
What's your favorite comic book, Robot?
Ass Parade #1. Can't believe you didn't talk about it.
Where did you even get that? Where did you even find that?
It doesn't matter. All I know is you didn't review it. Unsubscribed.
That sounds fair. Unsubscribing to your own show. That sounds like...
Yeah, that's right. I wasn't even in this episode, so...
Well, it's a bold move. That's for sure. Robot, Ass Parade is not a comic book. It's not a comic book.
Yeah, well, I like it.
Well,
you didn't talk about it.
Let me see. What do you have here? Give me this. Hey. What is this? Let's take a look at this. Well, you know, I can see how you would be confused whether this is a comic book or not, because this shit looks like a fucking cartoon character. I don't know how that even happens. Is it surgery? Is that real? I don't know. Where did you get this anyways? Where did you get this?
I got it from your shelf. I learned from watching you.
Damn it! I didn't want everyone to know that I loved black ass. So this concludes our mostly spoiler-free Death of the Family discussion. But if you have read Death of the Family and want some bonus material and want to hear Kirk and I's discussion that is spoiler-full on Batman Death of the Family, feel free to click the link right there. It's gonna be awesome. We couldn't fit it in, so it's bonus material. So if you had fun today, listen to us two nerds talk about stupid Batman stuff. You should totally like the Facebook page, like this video, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I got a brand new friggin' website. It might crash if you go to it, no guarantees, but you should check it out anyways. We tried. I hope it doesn't crash. So in this one, the Joker asks him, why haven't you killed me? Like, he brings it up.
Right.
Even he's like, what the fuck? And Batman said, well, then you win, you know.
Which is just like...
And the Joker calls him out, though. He's like, no. He's like, no, that's what you tell them, okay? That's what you tell yourself. That's not the truth.
But believe it or not, you need me.
That's a lot of buttons to push.
That is a lot of buttons to push. That is. Here, you want to push some of these buttons, Robot?
I want to pinch bot that ass.
Yeah, you do have those pinchers, and they look like they're really effective at butt pinching. Well, I think I got something here that'll make you resubscribe. All 4 new Iron Man books, huh? You want them?
Oh,
You want them?
yeah.
You can have them.
Oh.
Oh, but you gotta resubscribe.
Oh, resubscribed.
All right, here you go.